guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I want to go through an entire at-home leg day for you today. I'm going to go through it. We're going to basically go through it together. But I just got coffee, so make my coffee with me before we go down. I'm actually going into my apartment gym, which it's such a vibe. It's so sunny. I don't think there's anyone down there right now, and I'm just excited because I used to do at-home workouts. Like, that's how I basically started my journey, was at-home workouts. And I kind of loved them. Like, I feel like that's how I fell in love with fitness. And I think the reason is because I got that like alone time in my house, got to like practice my form. I watched videos. And that was such a vibe because then when I got into the gym, I kind of knew a little bit of form. I kind of knew what I was doing. So I wasn't so anxious in the gym. So if you are new and you're working out at home and you want to get into the gym, at home workouts are like the best way to do it because you get used to your form, you start to love it. Anyways, I want to show you guys my favorite creamer. This I just haven't steered away from. This, I think. The French vanilla one is the best one. I feel like I've gotten other ones and they're just not as good. So anyway, cheers besties. Let's go train. Bomb. What else has been happening? We have a podcast tonight. We've been doing a lot of podcasts lately, I feel like, which has actually been quite a vibe. We got some new samples yesterday, but I can't tell you guys anything. So, end of conversation. My training's been going really well. I feel like my training has been like better than ever. I've just been in such a good routine and yeah. Oh, you know what? I haven't been getting up early and I just want that to be like your reminder that you don't have to get up super early to be like a fitness girl. Like I feel like all these fitness influencers get up at like 5 a.m. But like that's just not been me lately. And I'm still going to the gym and I'm still hitting my steps and I'm still eating well and I'm still doing all of the things. So does it really matter? You know? Not really. It is winter. It's like -1 outside and it snowed. You guys saw in my last YouTube it snowed. I'm getting ready for Boxing Day and Black Friday sales. Not Boxing Day, Black Friday sales and Cyber Monday, which I think is just going to be like our biggest sales because it's Black Friday and Cyber Monday and everyone wants to get like Christmas gifts for their friends and yeah, leggings for themselves. I literally want to get more stuff for myself. So yeah. It's kind of hot over here. I don't really have any other updates. Okay, let's get straight into it. So I know I'm putting a plate down and this is an at-home workout. So if you guys have a book or I used to use textbooks. I had this really thick textbook when I was actually studying personal training and I used to use that all the time, you guys. So if you have like a book or something to put down, I like to do heel elevated goblet squats. To be honest, it helps me go lower and it helps me focus on my quads as well as my glutes. So just by going a little bit lower, it puts a little bit more focus onto my quads, which I like to start with. But this is essentially like a full lower body movement. So if you want to do regular goblet squats and you don't want to do heel elevated, that is also totally fine. Also, I get a lot of questions about like, I don't have a dumbbell or I don't have something heavy enough. Guys, just make it work. Especially if you're at home, like I'm sure you can, find something heavy to hold on to. Or if you have a baby, just hold your baby, which sounds so random. Or if you have a dog, just hold your dog. I used to do it with my dog all the time. Which is, she loved it, okay? She was like, this is the best thing ever. But yeah, just make it work. You kind of have to put things together. I want to give you guys a couple tips if you're working out at home. The reason that I want to do that is when I used to work out at home, I used to have, and I get this question all the time, is like, I feel like it's hard to set aside time, or it's hard to make time for it and put it into your day and make a routine around it and like whatever, especially when you're not leaving your house. So, one thing that I like to do is make a designated like spot. Like if you have an office, or if you have some room in your basement, or if you have some room in your living room, or whatever it is, make your designated workout spot and like build your routine around that spot. I feel like this takes away your distractions. It helps you like mentally prepare. It's almost like when you go to the gym, like the drive to the gym is you like mentally preparing to be at the gym. So making that spot helps so much with just staying on track, staying consistent, and just having like a comfortable area where you're like, nobody's watching me. I can work on my form, I can watch a YouTube video and follow it, or I can open the app and use the app, or, it just helps create that space for you. We are now moving into RDLs. I actually just fixed one of the girls on the app. She messaged me and she said she was struggling with RDLs. And the reason was that she was just going too low. So if you can see, I'm like not even going to the middle of my shin, like I'm going right under my knees. And if you're feeling it in your lower back, or you're feeling it like, I don't know, if you're feeling any sort of pain or it doesn't feel right, that is probably my most common fix. And I actually learned this when I was in personal training, the instructor that I did my test with. So I failed that part of it because I went too low, or my client that I was using like went too low on their RDLs, and she fixed it. Ever since then, you guys, I've never had back pain when I'm doing my RDLs. Occasionally it'll like flare up, but I think that's just because I have lower back issues. But every single time I fix that on someone, it's like a world of a difference. So don't go so low. Stay within the range of motion of your glutes. This, I can already tell that this set I was going too fast. I think I was just rushing through it. Make sure you're going slow. This is why I like to garden, because I don't rush things. And it helps me just focus on the muscles that I'm using. So now we're going into lunges. I don't think that people really understand like the importance of doing single leg exercises when you're training your legs and when you're training your glutes specifically. I feel like single leg exercises are what completely changed my glutes. Like, to be honest with you, when I started doing step ups, like I started feeling my glutes more. When I started doing kickbacks, when I started doing lunges, Bulgarian split squats, everyone raves about them. It's like they suck and they're awful. And it's like, I hate doing 8 reps on each side, but it's so fucking necessary, okay? Don't skip these. Don't skip your lunges. Don't skip your Bulgarian split squats. Anything single leg is worth it. It's so worth it, you guys. It is like what completely changes your glutes. So, yeah, I think I did 8 on each side. For this whole workout, I did 8 reps and 3 sets. And I think I did about 4 exercises. I will actually put the workout in the description. Don't overdo yourself. I know that even working out at home, it's like you want to do this whole cardio routine and you want to like do a circuit. And I don't show any of my rest times in my workouts, but you guys, every single time I do a set, I rest for like a minute or two. Yeah, like I don't show it because like I'm usually just sitting on my phone or something. Like I'm usually just doing absolutely nothing. So why would I videotape that? Maybe I should start videoing them. But yeah, I rest every time. Don't go straight into the next exercise. Don't, like, you need the rest time. I feel like I can't emphasize that enough. I think I've said it in almost every single one of my YouTube videos. Rest, you guys. Rest between your fucking sets. Like, I don't know what we do I don't know why we don't do it, but like, please don't skip it. If you don't have any weights or if you don't have any dumbbells when you're at home, I highly suggest getting dumbbells or getting some form of weight. Bands are fine, but dumbbells are the OG, okay? Like, you can't go wrong with a dumbbell. Like, you can't. There's even ones where you can adjust the weight, add weight, take off weight. Get those. I think I have some in my Amazon storefront, but get them. They changed the way that I worked out at home. Like, cuz I could add weight, I could increase the weight. For leg days, I would like load them up. And it's like you need to do that. Like you need to. That's why people say like, "Can I even make gains at home?" It's like if you have weight, you can, but if you don't, you're going to struggle. So I stacked my weights for sumo squats and it works. It really helps. You kind of just have to fuck around with them in order to hold them like the way that you like. But just make sure that you're comfortable and you'll be fine. Sorry, it's kind of windy. Can you hear that? Oh, that's awful. Like the door is like whistling. Another thing that I just want to say, sorry, that's like really annoying. Why is that happening? It's fine. I really want you guys to like listen to your body when you're training. So when you're at home, like I know that people are like, oh, well, I'm having a bad day, or like, that's the best time to train. Okay. When you're not doing well, you're having a bad day, maybe you and your husband are fighting. Go train. Honestly, not kidding. Maybe you and your boyfriend, husband, whatever. I don't care who he is, okay? Maybe you're fighting. Maybe someone just ghosted you. Maybe you just got broken up with or whatever happened. Honestly, training helps so much, you guys. Like I can't tell you how many times it's like if you're in a bad mood and you train, you're going to feel 10 times better, 10 times more clear. It's like post nut clarity, but like post training clarity. Okay. Crazy. Do it. Go into your little room that you have for your training, train, do your workout, get the glute pump, and you'll come out feeling 10 times better, honestly. I hope this helps. I'll put the whole workout in the description, and yeah. Okay, after that, I feel like I am literally starving. If you guys know me from Snapchat, you know I always have a muffin in my hand. These are like protein muffins that we make all the time. What do I tell you about them? The recipe is in the app. They're super simple. You literally throw everything into a blender and then throw it in the oven. It's like how easy. It's got protein in it. I don't think we even put sugar in it. No, we don't. Crazy. So anyways, I'm just making breakfast. I'm going to make tofu scramble with toast and then also some tempeh bacon. And I'm making potatoes because we have an air fryer and I like to make use of the air fryer. So yeah, after you guys train, this is just like a low key tip, is have like a big meal that's like really high protein. So if you're not vegan, you could have like eggs and avocado toast or something, or even like chicken on avocado. I don't know. There's so many fucking recipes out there. If you look up high protein recipes on TikTok, you'll just get like bombarded with all of these recipes. So, and if you're vegan, tofu scramble is a great option. I have it like every single morning. I'm like obsessed with it. That's it. I will show you guys the breakfast when it's done. And I'm going to smash this muffin because I'm starving. But yeah. Guys, oh my God, this turned out like way better than I thought. I didn't have my usual sourdough bread, so I used this like quinoa and flax bread. I don't know, you get it at Superstore. Tofu scramble. There's the potatoes, they look bomb. This is the avocado toast with, I cut up some peppers and I fried them with the bacon, which like bomb, that looks so good. Then I also put this on top. I got this at Costco and like, yum. I feel like I put it every time I have like avocado toast or something. It is so good. And then, yeah, that's it. Yum. Welcome to me making lunch, you guys. I'm just making some quinoa. I just throw it in my rice cooker, which makes it so much faster and easier. And I don't have to watch it if it's on the stove. And then I'm gonna make, okay, I got this chicken from the store. There you go. Tofurkey plant-based chicken. And it's pretty good. Like, I'm just gonna fry it up with some tempeh. Tempeh is just really easy protein for anyone that's vegan. And then I'm gonna put some spices and broccoli and whatever. I will show you guys what it looks like. This is probably gonna be like a super, almost like just really healthy fucking meal. I don't usually make quinoa. Well, I haven't been making quinoa lately. I feel like I've been like a rice girly lately, but I miss quinoa sometimes. Yeah, so I'll show you guys what it looks like after I've cooked it all. But I also went to the grocery store and it wasn't that busy, and that was such a fucking win because I feel like on Fridays, especially the time that I went at like 4:30 and it wasn't that busy. And I was like, okay, I can deal with this. I did have my headphones in, which I feel like helped so much. I feel like it just blocks out everyone. I used to do that when I lived in Vancouver and I lived like in the city, and I would just walk to the grocery store because I already had my headphones in. But when you drive, you just don't think to put headphones in. Kind of makes the experience better because you're just like listening to a podcast or music or whatever, and you just like disregard everyone in the grocery store. Yeah, anyway, I'll show you guys what I make in a minute. Also, cool hoodie. Cool. I have a podcast tonight, you guys. I'm so excited. Oh my God, how good does that look? So, okay. That's like the chicken with tempeh. I just put a bunch of spices on it. Salt, pepper, nutritional yeast. What else did I put? Garlic. And then I put broccoli with some garlic as well. You can see the quinoa down there. And then I topped it with avocado. And this is tamari. If you guys have never had it, it's actually really good. I feel like it tastes better than soy sauce, to be honest. It's like less sodium and stuff. I feel like it's just like a Japanese soy sauce, is it? I'm not really sure what the fuck it is, but it's really good. Oh, it's gluten-free too. If you guys are gluten-free or you're trying to avoid gluten, eat this. Because I know soy sauce has gluten. But yeah, super bomb. And I'm going to eat this, then get ready for the podcast. I might actually walk before the podcast because I've got some time, but yum. We just finished the podcast, guys. So with the podcast, I have certain, okay, so I interview our guests, and the only reason that I interview them is just to basically sort out what our topic is going to be. And so once we pick the topic, I come up with a couple questions just to keep our conversation in flow, okay? And so I feel like I need to be higher. This is the little podcast area in case you guys have never seen it. So I come up with these questions to keep the flow. And you guys, I'm making food, sorry. I put the questions, chill. I literally put the questions behind the tripod and I couldn't see the questions. You guys, I write down all my questions and I couldn't see them. And I don't prep. I never prep. I don't like to prep for podcasts. The reason that I don't like to prep, if I prep, I will be so like, I think I'll stumble on my words. I will try to stick to the script like completely. And I actually, even though I couldn't see the questions, I genuinely think that was like one of our best podcasts because I went off of the questions. Like, because I was like, I genuinely have no choice but to just go off of whatever I'm saying. Like, yes, I could see some parts of the questions, but I couldn't see anything to the point of like, I can actually see the questions. So like, I was like, I've said like a million times, but I was kind of freaking out. Um, but Ray was amazing. So this was the podcast with Ray. Ray was amazing. She's so easy to talk to. We talked about her trip to, I didn't know she worked Paris Fashion Week. What? That's crazy and so cool. And like, just, yeah. And I think she's going back to like Amsterdam or something soon. And she just went to Arizona just to work with like Amika and stuff. Super cool. I feel like all of her story and just everything that she was talking about, I was so into it. I was like, yeah, I was so there for it. The podcast nights are probably some of my best nights. I love talking to the girls, hanging out with the girls. I also love getting better on the podcast, like just having better topics and like talking about different things. And everyone has such a good story to tell, and like some of them get really fucking intense. Like we've talked about abuse, we've talked about sexual assault, we've talked about what else, eating disorders, like we've talked about relationships and stuff. Like there's literally been so much that we've talked about, and it's just cool to have other people's stories. Oh, and then we were talking about how, if we get moms and stuff, like I'm not a mom, so I can't talk about it. But we just had a young mom on that's like an ex-Mormon, and like it's just, I feel like the podcast is just so interesting. I feel like every episode that we have is so interesting. So, yeah, I'm just making burgers because we just needed something quick. So I'll show you what they look like after. I never have buns, so I just put my burgers in bread, okay? Just don't judge me. And yeah, I'll show you guys what we're eating. Do you guys want to see my masterpiece? I told you I put it on bread, so don't judge me, but bomb. I use these, I think they're like the Ives burgers, and then tempeh bacon. I feel like I always put tempeh on like as much as I can because it's just extra protein to add to stuff. So, and yeah, that's it. That's all. I might have a muffin after this, but if you have me on Snapchat, you'll see that. So, yeah. Anyways, like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for supporting my channel, you guys. And go check out the podcast because podcast is where all the vibes are, okay? Yeah. Bye.
Bye.